Good morning, good evening, or wherever you may be from across the nation and around the world. I'm Schism, and welcome to Best Base Locations number 2. Now, having a good base location is vital to operate as a tribe of strength. It's going to be harder for tribes to raid you, they'll have to use more resources, and this is what you want. And if you do it right, I'm sure some bases won't even be raided. These locations include the new biomes and other suggestions you left me in my other base location video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link in the description. If you have found good base locations that have worked well for you, put it down in the comments below. And if this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Hope you guys like and enjoy the video. For base number 1, it can be found at latitude 35, longitude 18. The reason why I've chosen this location, not just for the view, but a single pathway that you can stack full of behemoth gates. If you stack it right, you can have 10 plus behemoth gates in a row. I would surround the edges of the cliff with walls or gates, so your dinos can't be attacked or kited off. I would have 2 guard towers, one on the cliff face and one before your gate, so you can have multiple vantage points on raiding tribes. On top of this, you're right near the water, so you can keep an eye on your dino pen. Also note that building in the snow means you do go through your food faster, but also raiding tribes will have to bring a ton of food and wear the fur gear, which will be easier to kill. This is why this is one of the best space locations. Base number 2 is by far one of the best base locations you can build. It's found at latitude 30, longitude 10. Not only are you building on an iceberg, but you have to swim through the cold water to get to this base. You can surround the pathway up to the iceberg with heaps of behemoth gates. On top of this, the iceberg has 2 water pens which leads to the ocean. This means your water pen is in your base, which is amazing. On top of this, you have 2 giant holes in the edge of the iceberg, which you can turn into a sick aviary. Above that, you can have your base at the very top of the iceberg. Combined with turrets, no one will be raiding your base. No land dinos can get to your base and reach it. You can set up multiple guard towers around the iceberg, have plenty of room to store your dinos, as well as being around countless oil nodes and metal spawns. This is why I've chosen this as one of the best base locations. Base number 3 can be found at latitude 80, longitude 32. This location has 2 long narrow pathways separated by a mini mountain. You can stack heaps of behemoth gates down the pathways, making raiding tribes use more resources. You're right next to the water, which means you can keep an eye on your water pen. Be sure to surround the cliff face with walls or gates so your dinos can't be kited off into the water. This base location has a nice view, but remember you are further away from metal spawns, so make sure you build a forge on a metal mountain. Be sure to build a guard tower or base on top of the mini mountain to have a good vantage point on raiding tribes. This is why I've chosen this as one of the best base locations. Base number 4 can be found at latitude 90, longitude 55. The reason this spot is such a good place to build is you're up on a giant rock formation, which you can build multiple guard towers or bases. The only way people can get to your base is by flying dinos, which can be shot out of the sky by turrets. On top of this, you can even build ramps up to the top of these cliff faces where you can store your land dinos, making those people trying to offline raid you even harder. Also, you can store your land dinos beneath the rock formations and protect them with multiple behemoth gates. The ocean connects to this base, so storing your water dinos is easy and you can keep an eye on them. There are many different ways you can set up your base on the cliff faces here. The creative design is up to you. If you put in enough turrets, people will not be able to make it up to your base. This is why I've chosen this as one of the best base locations. Base number 5 can be found at latitude 40, longitude 65. The reason this spot is such a great place to build is you're right near a water source, you have access to all the high-end game materials like metal, obsidian and crystal. If you build up on this cliff face, no land dinos can get to you, which means they will have to come by flying dinos, which at this point you will have enough turrets to blow them out of the sky. This is why I've chosen this as one of the best base locations. Base number 6 can be found at latitude 15, longitude 10. The reason why this base location is a great place to build is you are isolated from the rest of the map, yet you are close enough to the metal mountain. Once again, you can build up on top of the iceberg, meaning only flying dinos can reach your base, which will get shot out of the sky with turrets. If you don't have turrets, get turrets. Remember, building in the cold means you go through food very quickly. However, raiding tribes will go through the food that much quicker. You are on the water, so you can have your water pen and you can store your dinos here. This is why I've chosen this as one of the best base locations. Base number 7 can be found at latitude 25, longitude 25, also now known as the Blue Obelisk. There is only 2 pathways up to the top of this mountain. The back path, which is separated by a small 40-meter vertical drop, which means raiding tribes will have to come from the front pathway. There is no limit to how many behemoth gates you can build. You can strategically build your base or dino gates in a way where you don't block the metal spawns. Being able to place so many dino gates means raiding tribes will have to use a number of resources to get through. On top of this, you can store countless dinos, be sure to wall off the cliff faces so your dinos can't be kited off the cliff, and surround the top of the mountains with turrets. Be sure to have a generator for each turret, because if you have one generator powering all turrets, all they have to do is take out one power cord or a generator and they all will power down. As you know, you are in the snow, so raiding tribes will chew through their food and will have to wear fur gear, making it easy to kill. This is why I've chosen this as one of the best base locations. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave in the comments below new base locations or ideas that have worked well for you. Also, if you like raid videos or want to check out other Ark shenanigans I get up to, go check out my channel. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch, Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, guys. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.